Okay, so do you guys want to start sharing your examples for the individual assignment?
Yep.
Yep.
Or the intentional torts, right?
No, this one was the consideration for contracts.
Yeah. I can go.
Okay.
So I found this in the legal dictionary. It says Carlos backed into Alan's car, damaging it. Carlos is liable to pay for the damages, but does not have the money right now. While Alan could sue Carlos for the damages to his car, he enters into an agreement with Carlos to give him 80 days to pay the full amount of $2,500 plus an additional $350 for the inconvenience. The agreement states that Alan will not file a lawsuit before the 80 days is up, but is free to do so after that time. This agreement or contract provides consideration for both parties. Carlos' benefit, Alan gives up the right to sue for a period of 90 days. Alan's benefit, Carlos will pay for the damages plus an additional amount of $250.
That's a really good one. I like that.
And then I got the not consideration. Nancy's mother promises to buy her a motorcycle when she graduates in 2 years, if she keeps her grades up, making an official-looking document which she signs. After graduation, Nancy is disappointed that her mother has decided not to buy the motorcycle, as Nancy got into trouble with drugs and delinquent behavior over the past couple of years. Nancy files a civil lawsuit claiming that she had a contract with her mother and that her mother must buy her a motorcycle. However, because there was no mutual benefit, no consideration given by both parties, the court is likely to determine that the document was simply a promise of a future gift, which is not an enforceable contract.
Yeah, that's perfect. I like those. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I think those are good. That was pretty similar to my examples. Like the one I was going to do for without consideration was just a promise for nothing, like a promise of a gift. And then the other one is obviously, you know, if I'll promise you this, if you give me this, or if you do this. And so that's the major difference.
Yeah, that's what I did too.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Monica, since you have, that's kind of long for me to type out, like listen to you say and then type out. Do you want to fill out the paper then?
Oh, I was about to send you the...
Oh, that works. Do that.
Okay.
Okay. So we have an example then. And I think you actually had an explanation of the examples when you read it, right?
Yeah.
So we have that too. So for our quiz question, what do we want it to be?
Okay, I sent examples already. I think to everyone.
For the question, we could do something really easy, just like
examples. Threats while raising fists.
We could do like, which of the following is an element not required to constitute consideration, I guess? Or, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that could work, because isn't there three things you need for consideration?
Yeah, I'm trying to find it right now.
Yeah, you need some elements.
Sorry, guys, I've been sick with bronchitis, so I'm a little behind.
Yeah, Jake, look on page 105.
Oh, yeah, I just found it.
Okay. Sorry, I'm just downloading the thing she just sent. Okay.
I'm going to look in the book.
Be accompanied by some act. Accompanied by some.
Yeah, I think the best way to summarize it is this little box on 105. It says a contract cannot be one-sided. It exists only if there is a promise or an action of if there is a promise or an action or non-action on each side. So you like can promise not to do something if they do something for you, or you can both promise not to do something.
Right.
And so
What chapter is that? I just want to find it.
Chapter 4.
it's on page 105.
Oh, I just have it on. I don't have the page number, just chapter. But thank you. I found it.
Maybe we could do an example. There's not like a listed. There's not like new. What do you call bulleted points of elements that constitute consideration. So maybe we could like give a scenario, and the question could be, like in this situation, what would be the consideration of the contract? And then we can have like a couple of options, like party A agreed to do this, or party B didn't agree to do that. And I don't know. I'm just kind of spitballing here.
Yeah, I think that would be fine. That seems like it would be easy to make answers for.
What do you guys think? Should we come up with an example of a contract that involves consideration, and then just think of a bunch of wrong answers?
Yeah, really, could we just use the example that we're giving as like our example?
Yeah, I don't see why not.
Okay, that seems fun with me.
We can like summarize it maybe a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, because if consideration doesn't exist, it's not really an enforceable contract. I like that idea, Jake.
You're breaking up. I couldn't hear that.
I'm sorry. I like Jake's idea because without consideration, the contract is not enforceable. Can you hear me okay?
Okay.
I mean, that's pretty simple to do. One answer that
Okay, so
one and three that aren't, I guess.
So should we like use the example but then like not finish it? Like just say like Carlos backed into Alan's car, damaging it. Carlos is liable to pay for the damages but does not have the money right now. And then we could say like what kind of consideration for a contract could they enter into to I don't know, to solve this problem or something.
Yeah, I think so. Let's see. What if we said like, I don't know, Alex and John agree. Let's see. Alex offered I'm like totally blanking right now. You can say Alex was trying to sell his car to John, and Alex offered him to sell him the car for $500 if John also, I don't know, mowed his lawn the next week. And so then we could like do below, which are, I don't know, that's kind of too easy actually. The consideration's kind of obvious right there. I don't know, guys. I'm blanking.
Okay, let me think.
What about working in something about adequate consideration? Talking about adequate consideration. Like it doesn't matter if the contract's valid, so long as there's intent, and parties are competent, there's no fraud or violation. And so, like, the book is an example of someone were to buy contract to buy a pencil or a piece of paper for $500, the contract is enforceable, as long as the other terms are met.
That could work.
Yeah, I didn't hear all of it, but I think I understand what you're saying. I think like you're talking about kind of instead of going along the lines of like what would be consideration, like we would instead talk about like when it would not be consideration, because that's like adequate consideration, like it wouldn't be considered adequate if they used a promise for a gift. So
Right, and that's not considered that's not consideration. The promise for a gift
right
isn't consideration. Like paying part of it, that's consideration, but the agreement to pay the rest, except a fraction of it. A fraction was accepted of the amount due. The rest of it was an agreement to make a gift. That's not usually considered consideration.
are you guys hearing everything he's saying?
No, you're kind of.
I don't know why I'm breaking up.
Yeah.
No, I can hear.
Okay.
Or like he was saying, like a gift. So do we want to use that as like the basis of the question, or as like one of the possible answers?
I would think it would be more of an answer.
Okay.
Consideration or something.
So do we have the question?
No.
Okay. Or if we say something like how it will become a not consideration for a contract, like example number 1, like I don't know what it needs to lack in order to become a not consideration for a contract or something.
Oh, you know what we could do? We could just say which of the following is an example of consideration for a contract, and then we could just make the rest of them. We could just give examples of like ones where it would technically be a gift.
Yeah.
So, like the example in the book is like, if a person were to agree to accept $10 for $100, the agreement would be to make $90 a gift. So that would be that wouldn't be consideration. So we could just make all the answers like that.
Yeah, I like that. That's awesome.
Okay. So which? Oh, okay. The following is an. So our correct answer is going to be, we want it to be, there's an example in the book.
As consideration?
Yeah.
It's,
Oh, the example in the book was like, promising to give $1,000 to a friend if she stops smoking.
That works.
Yeah.
Yes, Jacob. Okay, so I'll just type that then. Okay, and then a wrong answer is going to be, we could just change the numbers. So
I'm trying to find.
if a person were $10 for, just say 200. A debt of $200. Okay, so we need 2 more wrong answers.
What was our right answer?
It was a promise made to give $1,000 to a friend if she does not smoke.
Okay. So 2 more wrong answers.
Okay.
So that's an example of a not consideration.
That is a consideration. That's the book's example.
Giving her something to do or not do something.
Right, because they are giving $1,000 in exchange for them not smoking.
But that's like, and what is the, I just don't understand because what is the other part getting by that agreement?
They're getting them not smoking. I know it's not like an agreement that you would typically make, but the whole basis, like Jacob actually pointed out, it's the quid pro quo. It's something for something. So it could be an action in exchange for money, like paying somebody to mow your lawn. Like it's the same kind of thing.
Okay.
Even though it doesn't seem like it directly benefits you, it doesn't have to. It just has to be.
Exactly. Yeah, that even says that in the book.
I tried to find that. Okay, so it can be something like someone offers a gift, or there's an example here.
Yeah, gifts are ones that aren't consideration, that aren't enforceable.
If he, I don't know.
Right. Jacob pointed out that it's not necessarily like them promising an action. It could be promising a non-action too. So.
Okay.
Another wrong answer could be, it's on page 107. It says, an agreement to do one's duty is not consideration. If a person already has a contract, an additional agreement to perform the same contract is lacking in consideration. So like, I guess telling your waiter that you'll pay him, basically, or something like that if he brings you food is lacking in consideration because he's already bound to do that by his other contract.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good.
So, wait, where is that so I can?
It's on page 107 under a little heading that says doing what one is bound to do.
Yeah, it talks about like the airplane pilot like landing the
plane. An airline pilot who promises to land a plane safely for a frightened passenger who offers $1,000 cannot claim the rope.
Oh yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Can we use that one too? That's a good one.
Yeah, then we would have our 4 answers.
Yeah. Okay. Let me type that real quick.
Okay. We can use past consideration, can we? Susanna swimmer rescued drowning Larry lover holder upon promises to give Susan a loan, blah blah blah.
And then
Do we need another one?
no, I just need to find the one that Jake just said. I'm not saying it. Hold on.
It's
It's on page 107.
doing what is one is bound to do.
Yeah. It's like the example it gives, it says, an airline pilot who promises to
Oh.
plane safely for a frightened passenger who offers him $1,000 cannot claim the reward. He's already contractually obligated to land the
Gotcha.
plane safely.
I got that one. I thought the one you said was in the book too, so I was looking for it.
Oh, no, I just made that one up.
Okay, actually, can you say it again then? Because I'm going to type it out.
The one I made up?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so if a waiter is offered $20 to bring his table food, I guess.
If you offer the waiter.
Yeah.
Okay. So then I'll just type up the explanation. So this is not a consideration. So that's the last of that.
Yep.
Okay, so do we have any questions about our PowerPoint or anything like that, or what do we?
No, I was like I said, I was working on it before you guys called. It looks pretty good. I might change a few things in the formatting and send it to the email just to make sure it's okay with everyone before I turn it in tonight. But other than that, it looks good.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, awesome.
Okay, cool. So then I guess we'll talk again next week, and we're gonna have another project to do in a few weeks. But
Yeah. Week 7, I think, or something.
yep. Okay, so I'll see you guys later.
All right.
Okay, thank you.
Bye.